still alive or fake alive. Whatever happened.
Well, so much for that meta. You haven't been home. You got home and took off again. You got home, seen the crash, did what you did there, and then left. Hell of a time to bring that up in meta.
So yeah.
So I never knew the answer myself. So.
Like we will put.
Sorry, I thought we established that.
Nope.
Really?
I got the answer.
We totally did in the middle of the session.
You asked me a couple questions. That was it.
Okay, well we'll get to that.
We never got there.
No worries, we'll get to that. I thought we roleplayed that out.
The most important thing that is Dorian is his brother. Half brother.
I'm not sure whether I want to Dorian or Paul.
Their mother was a whore. What's his name? Damon. What's his name?
Damon.
Yeah, that's his dad. Dorian's dad.
Dorian's black. Dave's black.
Of course, when I thought that my own
I
system.
had a friend where his mother was black and he was black and his brother was black and his father was pure white. And you know, they produced white children and you know, so it's the same thing.
No.
Produced a white
Just
child.
a D&D. There's purebreds and half-breeds.
Your mom's Orish.
So
DNA.
what are we telling this guy?
Dominated.
What are you telling this guy?
I just told him our goal.
You can't blame him. He's a powerful
Yeah,
man.
but he was asking you who sent this, which
I answered that.
He did.
which prince or which royal
Which
person
Dooley
was
was
still alive.
explaining.
Yeah.
I tell him whatever the king's name is, which I still don't know. So.
Oh, his
He
name
is still
was.
the ruler.
I actually just went over this the other day. I still forget it myself. In any event, so I did have it written just here actually. Demon names. I'm getting way too sucked into this. I apologize.
I freak out. I flip the table and I tell him not to kill everybody there.
In any event, you tell him no. Dayton's passed, and his son took the throne. And do you tell him of the recent tragedies?
No.
No. He nods along. And how are things in the kingdom, though, despite the dwarves?
As one would expect after a war.
How long did the war last?
2 years.
5 experience, by the way. Actually, 25 experience. Well done. Around you, the crowd continues to converse as he looks upon you. And the serving wench comes around, and she brings him a steaming little mug about yay big, and in his small hands it's just humongous, right? He's the size of Saul, he's the size of my boy there, and he's an old man that size, fully that proportion too, right? But he takes that in his hands and he's like steaming cup of something, and you see like a little root float up in it, and he slips it back, but as you can see it reaching his lips, there's like a blue glow that comes off. And as he puts it down, you can see he's got blue stained lips. And he goes,
Like, alright, I want to see everybody's penis right now. If anybody's penis is blue.
he looks over at the wench and says, please, ask my friends if they would like anything to drink. Would you like anything to drink?
No.
Simple water, if you would care for it. You
I'm like,
must
I will
be
have water.
parched. Perhaps we
Yes.
should bring them a tank. Just bring them a keg of just something sparkling.
I want water.
I drank in the
Water is good. It must stay in here.
I drank in the
not
fountain.
good.
So, the wench brings over actually a keg of just straight water.
That's perfect.
You try to be civil about it, but as soon as the first drop hits your lips, you're just like sucking this fucking thing back like it were a challenge.
Yeah, I'm trying to drink as much as I possibly can.
So you quite literally managed to polish
I'll
off.
do a con. Oh, I rolled a 1.
You give yourself a brief shot of hypoxia as you shock your system because it's so dehydrated from the volcanic action. taking all this water at once. You guys watch as Thoracics just pops a vessel and slips slowly off his stool, falling backwards, trying to recover as he blacks out. So you just bash your chin on there and you end up resting it as you burp and a bit of water. You get one of those water burps. There's no like food or anything in you at all to go with it. It's pure water that sits there frothing on the seat and dribbling off. And Radhamar says, "Charming friends you gentlemen have. Your bird friend there especially." And he looks
Yeah,
over.
you're fucking splash. I can
I got
totally
the
see it.
thoracics having a seizure to my right, the bird guy off the window. Would you believe we're the saviors of the overworld?
Look, this is my serious D&D war epic right here.
And they start coming to, I'm like I say in Gnome that my pencil's going. Oh, this
Can you do it like? That was so fucking good. So as the camera pans across your face, it pans across Rothermore's and he can nod. Yes, I can. Yes. That's why I asked if Dayton was still running things. I figured his son would run them a little tighter. Clearly not.
No, he does not.
No, not at all. As I sit up. I'll vouch for that.
We've known about the activity down below. We haven't been able to reach the core. I see that you're equipped for it. We've tried, but our people keep meeting up with challenges too large for them. We simply don't have the combat prowess. Haven't trained to that extent, don't have anybody to teach our men. So, we have a few artifacts that may be of use, mostly broken dwarven things and whatever our people can fashion together. We don't have a strong arcanic presence. Most of our mages have died over the years, and we lost our most recent ones in an incursion, as a matter of fact, against the very dwarves. And we haven't replaced them since. Nobody's that arcanically talented, and without the headmasters that we had, we can't advance. I myself never took my studies too seriously arcanically. I was more the political and the business side of things. Now I end up managing things, as it were. People seem to like what I do. I'm babbling. My apologies.
Yes, you are. So can you give us passage to
Yes.
I say well we have the map, we'll pull it out where it says point on it, where we need to go.
Blisterstruff here, he will take you down towards the exit, if you wish, to the armory, as well as to see the artifacts. What do you need of me directly?
Do you have any things that make it so we can deal with the heat and the breathing?
We do have filter masks that we can provide you. They have to be replaced. They can be replaced by fibrous matter that you find in the deeper portions. We have a few of them at the moment. If you can bring us fibrous matters, we would be able to fashion you more. As it is, I can spare you 2 masks apiece, as we are currently rationing them, waiting for our scouts to return with another shipment.
You need fashion on the meat.
No, there's... Oh, yeah. He looks over towards you. Looks at your beak. There's free, eh? Not down here. We'll have to combine 2 of them such that it'll cover your entire face in that beak. And he gives a cross-eyed look. I think we can do it. I'm not an engineer.
Can I just stick with filters?
Blister fur.
I was gonna say that, but where are your eyes and your head? Do they stick off to the side like a regular?
No,
Or do
they're
they
like
go straight forward?
they're a
Birds have their
Bird of
eyes
prey.
are on their side of their head so they can
no,
see 360.
bird of prey is slightly forward, so you do have
Which is one of
binocular vision, but you also have that wide.
Yeah.
So it's like we put the thing on your nose and just take the rest of your mouth shut. Problem solved.
Yeah, more or less.
Mike can't talk, Mike can't cast.
If he breathes through his nose, he'll be fine, but then that presents the problem of being able to breathe through your mouth.
Through your nose.
I will let the gnomes tinker away at the
At the what?
at fixing
So, Rothamar excuses himself and regales you to Blistro. Blistro comes towards you, gives a nod, and says, this way, and I shall take you where we need to be. And
Before I leave, You said you were going down below to attempt to fix the problem yourself. What was your plan? Assuming you got it.
Assuming we managed to reach there, we'd be able to ascertain what the problem was.
Okay.
We assume that somehow you know what the problem is. I would assume what the problem is based on what I've been told by some of the clergy.
Which is?
Evil demons.
Well, that's what we plan to deal with. I mean, that's what
He says it so nonchalantly that you almost what?
What is more relevant than living? Alright. Okay.
I bid you adieu, gentlemen. Blistro, take care of them. And he leaves the room. A couple of his entourage going with him, leaving Blistro behind. Blisterford looks upon you and says, "Gentlemen, come with me. I shall take you where you need to be."
I assume that was a short rest.
Half an hour bath.
I really needed to scrub.
Everyone can take a short rest out of that if they want. That's fine.
The village, or in the city. How does the short rest work?
You spend hit dice.
So D10?
Wherever hit down below.
Oh, I like that. Oh, per
You have
level?
3 types, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I don't know.
You have as this is why it's important to track the levels that you have. I'm pretty sure you have literally split numbers of hit dice.
2d8s, a d10, and 2d12s.
I do have it written down right there. My hit points for each level of each character or each class.
Okay.
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 All right.
So barbarian. What was it?
How long does it take them to fashion these gas masks? And this paper's matter that we have to find. Where do we find it?
So when you get into the workshop, where do you want to go? You just want to stick with everybody. Everybody sticks together. You go to the mask place, as it were.
Yes.
Okay. It's a row of workshops that you guys come upon. Actually, you see like they've got a line of different large carved areas with big wood frames. So the wood, I'm just going to briefly mention, is all root stuff. It's been just torn from the earth. We're talking thick tuberous mushrooms. Oh yeah, I should say, as you get deeper into the canyon, you can see they actually farm their own lumber, which is just massive tuberous forms, massive mushrooms, big huge caps resting near the back of the chamber. And in addition to this, when you get to the workshop area, you can see where they're bringing in a bunch of these large stalks and carving them down. And they've got there's a guy on a bicycle apparatus, and he's like this, pedaling, and they've got the tuber going along on a conveyor that he's powering. And then you can see another guy actually pedaling with another guy in tandem as they drive the blade. And there's 3 of them running this massive saw that they put the tuber down. And it falls apart, and you pass by there and heading over to another area, you can see a bunch of people are putting together furnitures and whatnot. And you keep going, you can see there's a place where there's a bunch of tailors actually stitching together bits, and they're still using the same tuber, they're still using the same fungus, but as you keep progressing, they're using it for different shit each place they go to, right? So in any event, they're stitching together sheets of it into clothes, and finally you get to one of the last ones on the end, after shoes and toiletries, where they're putting together toilet paper, and you can see they get the masks there. So the masks, they've got a bunch of the fibers that they're weaving to put together a leather mask, and then they've got a bunch of the fibrous matter, like cotton. They've basically just what the hell is the word I'm looking for there? Picked apart and fluffed up, and they just shove that in there, and that's filter material. And so anyway, as you see this all apart, all around, you think to yourself, well, they grow the shit. Julie just finished saying that they, grow the shit, so why do they need to make more? To which Julie will respond, he said he's waiting for another shipment, so it's obvious that they don't have enough. Because they're constantly using it, and you can see that it's sparse. It's here, but it's sparse.
So, Ivor's paranormal.